Well, welcome to The Edge. The topic we've talked about in the past is the same topic we're going to talk about tonight. Why we're going to see the demise of Donald Trump. That is, one-term president, and that's all there is, folks. What makes me say that was the three elections in the South: Kentucky, Louisiana, and Virginia. When the phone rang from the pollsters, and I may have used this mention before, the pollster calls it a typical Republican house. The man answers the phone. Yes, we're a Republican household. Yes, we're going to vote for Donald Trump. Yes, that's going to be the case. I just talked to somebody this afternoon, my realtor. I just sold my house, and he's all in on Donald Trump. He's a nice guy. We had an amicable conversation. But his wife is really a liberal, and he knows it. And his case is not different than the ones that happen in Kentucky, Louisiana, and Virginia. So when the exit polls happen, exit polls are when people are leaving the polling places after they voted. Women that were Republicans voted for the Democratic governor in Kentucky, Louisiana, and Virginia. All southern states. Remember that. The South has been hard Republican. It's very soft Republican now. It's not a safe place and so when a man answers the phone and he's a Republican, he thinks he's speaking for his wife. Not anymore. That has changed. And that will be the demise of Donald Trump, the women of the Republican Party. The election in Wisconsin proved this as well. The same thing happened. All these key states are shifting, and the women are the chief cause of this problem for Trump. We're in a very curious time, and he's stuck with this coronavirus, which everybody will say, well, it's not his fault. But no matter what, the old saying is, it's the economy, stupid. Always the economy, stupid. And Trump knows this. He's trying to save himself with the buy bridge for the people. They're giving them their checks so they can pay their rent, so they have an income, so they can pay. A very noble thing to do, actually. This is what we have to. But it's socialism, the very thing that the conservative, so-called conservatives, Republican Party says they're opposed to. Conservative socialism and free healthcare. Free healthcare because of the virus. So the joke is going to go around, well, let's see, you're against socialism. Well, this is what fed us. This is what paid our rent. This is how we survived when there was no work. And you're going to give that up and these jobs are all going to suddenly come back? No, they're not suddenly going to come back. It's going to be difficult to do that. The virus is going to be a problem right through the election into the end of the year, and maybe even worse toward the end of toward November. Because when it gets cold, the virus gets worse. But aside from all of that, it's going to be a hindrance for the re-election of Donald Trump. A big hindrance, not a speculation. Those three states, remember, are southern states. They're not northern states, where women tend to think more liberally. These are wives of very conservative families, and they're going against their husbands. So if you wonder what your wife is thinking about after you just had sex in a Republican household, doubt yourself. Doubt yourself. Did you really get it up, or did she just tell you that you got it up? So anyway, I thank you for that. And The Edge is always a good place for a change of thought and idea, but it's always about economics. And this ball game is going to be played economically. Mr. Trump knows that. He keeps making utterances like he seriously wants to help the people generally. And, you know, maybe that is a sentiment it crosses his mind. 2 weeks ago, he said, well, when money is cheap, this is time to put people to work building infrastructure. Not a penny has gone to infrastructure except building the wall on the southern border of the United States. No wall on the Canadian border, only the southern border. And even that has been very minimal. That doesn't put a lot of people to work. But now with the virus, how do you do that? How does that get done? So I would say that the fortunes of luck and the Electoral College may well come to a crashing end this time. The college itself should be disbanded. It's a very bad system of providing electors. Your vote doesn't count. The electors' vote that counts. You are just saying what you wanted But we've had 4 out of 5 elections that were won in the Electoral College, but lost in the popular vote. That's a serious problem in a country that calls itself Democrat. So we have a real problem, but the women of the Republican Party are going to change that. So again, thank you for coming to The Edge and listening to the stuff that I put out. Thank you very much.